That's a wrap on the movie, guys!
Thank you for submitting to the 23rd Tribeca Festival. There you go.
Teaser poster of the film titled Don't Dream About Me. Quite honestly, this is like the hardest thing I think I can say we've ever done.
Yes.
That's like shame, dude.
Oh my god, look at all the wood on the ground! Unfortunately, was not selected. We were unable to find a spot.
Nantucket is everything! That's all it is a no!
Does that mean the movie is terrible, it's a flop, and it's a failure? Not at all.
Both Jesse and I are very happy, very proud. Natural disasters are keeping us from momentum going, but that's okay. We're surviving.
If I can't retire you, I can at least give you something to enjoy in your retirement. What better way to do that than with the Phoenix or a 1969 Pontiac Fire convertible. I just did what everybody's supposed to do for their kid. I have long COVID. I've had long COVID for 11 months now. It knocked me on my ass. Everyone thinks they're gonna be okay until they're not.
We really can't catch a break. I never in a million years imagined I would be making this video. I'm still in shock. My family's still in shock. It's so hard to say out loud. My Aunt Jackie has passed away.
All hooked up, guys. Jeez. Not good, man.
Just Aunt Jackie being 2 months ago, it's like you really don't know what's gonna happen. John, you made it! The fact that you're here, dude, is a miracle. Look at him prancing. The movie's done!
It's done.
It's not very often your boyfriend has a movie premiere, so I gotta get all dressed up.
This really is a culmination of everything that I've ever done and all of us. You know, this has very much been a family thing. RiDGiD STUDiOS.
I wish she was here.
Thank you to Ashley, because without my girlfriend and having like a strong support, I genuinely don't think I would have made it.
I just can't imagine life without Ashley at this point.
Are you serious?
Ashley Renee May. Will you marry me?
Year of the Tarantula. Why did I decide to name it that? Well, for one, because I hate spiders, and I just had a bad feeling about this year. Also find it odd that that's like the one creature that has the 3 siblings in its name. The 3 siblings being Ter, my mom, Terry, Aunt for Aunt Jackie, and UL for Uncle Larry. Ter, Aunt, UL, I don't know. Like the tarantula, this year was broken up into many legs of struggle for me. So what do you say we recap the beautiful year that I had, and let's see how we did. So yes, Paul did join us for most of this year, and we gravely underestimated post-production for the movie. What we thought was just going to be a few months out of the year actually ended up lasting around like 9 to 10 months. It was so much work that Paul and I's aspirations to do series and content and all these awesome things never manifested because we were just burning ourselves at both ends for the feature film. And so it's no wonder that Paul unfortunately decided to leave RiDGiD STUDiOS once the movie was complete.
No, don't do that, Snap! Oh, dude. And we last saw him at the movie screening for my family. Yeah, I think after so many 12-hour days editing this year, I was like, yo, I'm out. So sadly, we didn't get to last the full duration of 2024, which is definitely a big shame. We really work well together, and we were excited and wanted to see what our creativity could bring to the McJuggernuggets channel. The second channel is still alive and kicking and has been like a bread and butter this year for personal updates, especially as it relates to health. And yeah, it's still going to be the home for any kind of secondary content. And also these end of year recaps, which I'm sorry guys. Hey there, Joey's your old pal McJuggernuggets here. I'm going to try to inject some optimism and feel good stuff. It wasn't all bad, but I just got to be true to the year. Also, before we get any further, this is absolutely the most freezing day that I've ever filmed this video. Aside from the one where it was like sleeting and raining and I did have to out and go inside the camper and get into the heat. It is below freezing right now, so you gotta give some thumbs up for this commitment. But yeah, pretty much all this year is just editing. We're just editing endlessly. I was just laid up in bed dying with health problems, or dying but while also trying to edit a movie, and I literally said the movie will be out in 2024. No questions asked. I'm excited to announce that the movie will be released next year. I don't foresee any other reason why that wouldn't be the case. Bro, it's not out yet. It's probably not even close. It even hurts me to say that. But while we're still early in this video, it will 100% be out in 2025. Like, you have my word. It's not gonna stretch. Like it's coming out. I promise you. We'll see what happens with whether we get into Tribeca or not, or Cannes Film Festival. We did not get into any of the 4 film festivals that we submitted to. We also want to potentially get more merch-related items. Paul and I have a million ideas. We're talking about series. We're talking about mini-series. We're talking about one-off bigger videos. We're talking about TikTok short form content. I want to film more videos with my family, potentially do some more blackjack streams, and maybe even rolling out some new features for as far as memberships go and live streams. There were no new merch items, no blackjack, really not much of anything. We did get to play around with some membership stuff.
So I was like,
And I promised short form content, which we didn't really make anything original because we were so busy with movie, but we did have a lot of growth on all platforms. My Instagram grew like 250,000 followers just thanks to old recycled Psycho Series stuff and beyond. And so we really crushed the short form this year. That's something I'm really happy about. I would also like to travel a bit more this year as much as I can without, I ain't trying to get sick. There was no traveling at all unless you count, you know, traveling to and from the doctor's office. That's so sad. But it's so real. I think even last Christmas I was like told Ashley we were gonna go to like some tropical vacation or something.
As soon as we're done with the movie, aka still during winter, let's go on a tropical vacation. 5 days at least.
The only tropical vacation we were visiting was the show Lost, while we were watching it laid up in bed. I was on an island in my mind. That's a sad reality where like we'd be in the car going to a new doctor's appointment and I'd be like, wow, it's nice to leave the house today. Oh my god. And on the topic of sick, health again is gonna be a major priority this year. I realized after getting sick so many times during the movie that like the quality suffered a bit those days. On top of I blacked out, I hit my head, like I can't do this. I can't operate like that. And wow, to finish off my 2024 goals, I talked about health being a big priority, saying you never know if there's gonna be a health scare. You never know when there's gonna be like a health scare or a family thing or a family thing. Like literally called it verbatim. Health was all this year, and Aunt Jackie's passing. I've been dreading filming this video because it would mean I have to revisit all of this hell. And anyway, we did what we could with this year's goals, and that's why over the years I've been trying not to set anything too lofty. The fact that we were able to finish the feature film, and that was most of this year, it almost doesn't matter how long it took. I'm just so glad that it's finished, and I'm so proud of it, and that we pushed through despite all the challenges and obstacles that hit me. I'm not gonna beat myself up over my lofty ambitions for the year. I set out what I wanted to accomplish most, which was the movie, and we got some content, and I'm still here a year later, and that's all that counts. I can't say that for everybody in my fam. What do you say we recap this year properly? One of the best things and the miraculous things, last year I thought we were losing Poopy John, and that's one of the saving graces, is that John made a miraculous recovery, and 1 year later, at age 14, an old lab, he's still kicking. And it's the greatest thing ever. And probability was stacked against him, even by all the doctors. He got surgery and removed the mass, and I think it was a spleen or something. My memory's failing me. But yeah, he's doing all right. He's doing all right. I'll always cherish getting to see John kind of like prancing around the yard after like my health hit me hard, guys. Literally after doing that sit down video, I struggled to get up the rock stairs. And you'll notice that's why I'm not doing it down there. Not only my knees been troubling me and just general health, it's freezing, but last year I almost blacked out going up the stairs. And that was when all of a sudden I got this really dark feeling in the pit of my stomach. I'm like, oh no, something very serious is wrong. I don't know what's gonna happen. And it was not long after that video and Christmas, I ended up in the ER. Very scary. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it, to be honest. Doctors had no idea what was going on. And it really sparked and stirred up this whole thing with long COVID. I've done tweets and I did a video this year. I have long COVID and huge community outreach and support. Sadly, millions of people struggling. You know, if you weren't part of the millions of people that died from COVID over the last 4 or 5 years, a lot of people with just lingering health issues from getting sick, or they keep getting sick with other infections. And my sickness from the movie just manifested in a crazy way. And so for the first few months of this year, I was laid up in bed and I couldn't eat. I dropped to a very disgustingly low body weight, one that I hadn't seen since I think middle school, back when I wasn't even developed. Very scary. I wasn't sure I was gonna make it out of that. Like, I was doing like vegetable juicing. I remember Paul and I had to do some reshoots for the movie. We went back to Jersey, and Paul and I were just intermittently trying to edit the film, and there'd be times where I'd be sitting just in the chair for an hour or two. I start feeling faint and I'd have to go lay down and go to sleep. And it was like, it was quite honestly hell. I'd never been through anything like this. It has traumatized me, I'm not gonna lie. It's been very traumatizing and scary when you just don't know. Yeah, so most of this year was MRIs, CT scans, ultrasounds, cardio stuff. At one point, I got surgery, exploratory surgery. I thought maybe it was scar tissue, like attached to my bowel, similar to what happened in 2016 after Psycho series. The spleen. And the doctor never even checked my whole bowel. He was an a-hole. We got into a huge altercation on like a telemedicine call.
How about you show me some goddamn respect?
It was insane. Like, everything that could have gone wrong this year went wrong. The surgery ended up being a fail. It's botched. It took a month or so to recover. And I got a colonoscopy. That was completely clear. And then I just had an MRI enterography. I've had every test imaginable and nothing showed for it. A couple highlights of this year was giving my dad the Firebird, his second dream car. His reaction was priceless. He's like, as soon as he saw the car, he's like, are we really doing this again? It was hell even just getting that car, just health-wise, but it kind of was like one of these moments of I wasn't sure like how much time I had. It's like crazy to even say that, but it was that bleak. And so I was like, dude, I just want another good moment. I was trying to will good moments. And the second highlight of the year was screening the movie to my family. You know, a lot of why I do the things I do is to get their reactions, is to really try to bolster the family unit, just try to really get back to how it was growing up, or even Psycho series, just get everyone together doing something cool, and to show everyone what we'd worked on. The movie was just such a great experience. And then more of me trying to make things positive was I proposed to Ashley, and we are officially engaged. It's crazy to say that. And so many things sometimes just blur together, and that was me being like, man, we've been dating 5 years. I wanted to do this for our 5-year anniversary, but I still wasn't feeling well, and I wanted to feel well. I promised her that I'd start doing better and that I'd be good by Christmas, and like, maybe things don't play out the way you want them to, but I'm like, you know what? It's still not an excuse. So I went down on one knee at the dock, and it's one of my favorite videos ever. Just a raw moment, and she said yes. Some random stuff happened this year. I remember I was like giving my mom a puzzle box. A woodpecker like ate the entire all the wood at PA. It was literally trying to knock the PA house into the lake, and we just did like a tremendous amount of landscaping around the RiDGiD house. We put a lot of money into that. The track around the outside, there's a fountain. It's just gorgeous there. I'm excited to see what that looks like come springtime. And we got the driveway finally paved here in PA, so we're doing some cool little projects and whatnot. Also, we almost lost the whole movie because a leak sprung right above where the editing setup was in Jersey, so like I remember having to fix that. But I purposely glossed over the biggest and worst part of this year, along with my health. It was like literally my health and Jackie. Still doesn't feel real.
still doesn't feel real. Aunt Jackie was easily one of the most important people in my life. I don't know if that ever fully like came across on videos, like, cause she was intermittent in some of them, but she's literally the greatest aunt ever, like a second mom, and was my biggest fan. Would text me all the time just about videos and series, and really behind the scenes was my biggest supporter and advocate. And really, it was the same with Uncle Chris. However, Aunt Jackie used to babysit me with my grandmom, and it's just a crazy thing that happened this year. So young. Like, should have gotten to live for another, like, 20, 30 years. It's just a shame. Like, I do have so many, like, regrets because, like, I was just so busy battling my own health and then worried about the movie that, like, the Aunt Jackie thing just kind of, like, happened all of a sudden. Like, health stuff, sometimes people just, like, keep it secret and they don't want people to know they're, like, struggling and stuff or burden people. And Aunt Jackie would give you the shirt off her back for somebody else, but I think she was holding on to things, and she was having leg pain, and turns out there's just a blood clot in her leg, and then that traveled to her lung, and then it traveled to her heart. And the hospital and all the doctors, they should have never just pushed it aside. And even her surgery, they waited, and I remember just being so out of it and just not having a handle on losing one of the greatest people in my life. And sometimes these moments, they go by so fast, and you don't even get a chance to say goodbye. I remember when I was in the hospital, I couldn't even speak. It was that bad at the beginning of this year, and I had people texting me, I hope you're testing. I even had a fan call the hospital. It just kept getting blown up, and it was really sad. I couldn't respond to anyone. I didn't even want to be bothered. And so when Aunt Jackie was in the hospital, I decided not to text her because I was thinking about when I was in the hospital. I knew I just didn't want to be bothered. I just wanted to rest. And so I never really got to have any final words. Really, one of our final moments is in the movie. We did this one scene 16 times. It's a really heavy scene. One of the last interactions I had with her was on camera for the film. And it's what's in the final film is that last take. And so this will be the year you guys will get to see that. But you know what, guys? As hard as this year has been, as miserable, it set a good framework for rock bottom. I feel like anything after this is, I don't want to say it can't get much worse. I mean, it always can, but like, I feel like any little good thing that comes, I'm so grateful for it. And even just to be where I'm at right now, health-wise, is fantastic. And so I think these subsequent years to follow, compared to 2024, will look like roses. And so that brings us to 2025. I've always had a good feeling about this year, and that's the year of the blue jay. That's a nice, sweet, innocent animal. As long as, like, we don't get freaking bird flu or something. All of a sudden, another pandemic with Trump and all. I don't know. Okay, why would I say these things? But this year is about two major things, and that's all that's really on my mind for the most part. Well, three, okay. And that would be me getting back to normal health, first and foremost. And number two, the movie releases and does well. And number three, the Big Juggernaut's wedding. Just on the wedding front real quick, Ashley and I haven't talked much about it. I said, hey, let's wait till the new year, and then we could discuss it. Oh my gosh, that means we're gonna have to start talking about it soon. To be honest, I just wanted to get better before talking about the wedding, but we'll see. We do want to have it definitely, like, maybe this fall. It'll probably be more low-key, very tight-knit. I definitely want to film it or live stream it to some capacity. I want you guys along with us because you've been with us forever. And it's just it's such a good moment, you know. We want to definitely put that out there. So I'm tired of putting depressing, like, oh, health stuff and this happened, and we need something good. As far as this movie goes, there's really not much left I have to do. Honestly, probably by the time this video, there might be an offer or two on the table to buy the movie or help distribute the movie. And within these first few weeks of the year, we should have answers from all the different streamers and people that we're pitching. So who knows? Very soon, I may be announcing who the buyer is and when we can expect a release date and all the things around that. So I really can't
I can't say one way or another what the plan is because I'm not going to be the one making it, so to speak. Unless we're self-distributing, and if I am self-distributing, I should know that answer by end of February, and we should have the movie out by like end of April. Which, hey, let's go. Career goals for this year, I can't speak beyond that. I'm not, although I'm writing and I have different ideas, I don't know if there will be another movie because it depends on the success of this one, but I do know I would like to make more YouTube content than I made last year, which shouldn't be a problem. And that means content on the second channel and the main channel. And whoever's editing this video potentially might be the full-time editor for the McJuggernuts channel and RiDGiD STUDiOS, which means it'll be much easier to get content out for you guys. This editor should be with us through the whole year, and hopefully we can only build from there. We will still be pumping out short-form content with that. And no doubt you'll be streaming and doing content, and so you'll be seeing me on her videos as well. The main thing that I would really like to do is, I feel like I haven't seen my fam like consistently in a long time, and this is like this year I think it might be a new record on I have barely seen a soul. And that makes me depressed. I would like to see Poop John again. I want to hang out with my parents more. I want to see everybody more health dependent, and health is the big one. I want to get my knee well. I want to figure out everything that's wrong with me. And I really want to help everyone else's health as well. Like my whole extended fam. And I think this is a lesson for people in your 30s. You just can't do what you used to do anymore. Like you can't live like you're 21 when you're in your 30s. And especially if you're like grinding and hustling in your career, like it's not sustainable. Especially ever since the pandemic and family losses, you realize that like, yeah, you might be able to skirt by a few times and get a little less sleep or eat that one meal, you know, when you're working on stuff and you're grinding, and people like admire you for grinding your face off. But I actually think it's kind of lame. I'm kind of more on the, I've been obsessed with like Brian Johnson recently, who's doing a lot of stuff health-wise, trying like the Don't Die movement. And I'm like, yeah, like if me and all my fam's health is like super in check, then we can make good stuff for you guys. How we used to do things, we just make a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff, and just pump them out so much that our health would suffer from it, and then we're just not as capable anymore. And when family members die, and even me, the leader of the channel, like if I'm not well, nothing happens. So it's like all those days when I'd be sick and forcing videos, be like, I gotta get daily content 2 a day. Like, no, you have to make sure the system that you develop is sustainable, or else you're gonna burn yourself out and quality will suffer, and you might even just take yourself out of the game completely, like die or have serious health issues. So I think I have an addiction problem that you know, this year is gonna be me finally killing and getting in check. Killing the devil inside, yes, but like truly finally, not just fictionally. Yep. With that, I'd also like to maintain Ashley and I's mandate of less than 2 hours of screen time a day, which we've been maintaining for 3 weeks now, and to be honest, I feel so much better. I'm just tired of staring at a screen. I think some of you guys can relate to that. And I mean all screen, I mean TV screen. Like I haven't really felt like gaming much. Go on laptop, cell phone. Maybe I'm more like Psychodad now, where it's like life's gonna pass you by. When the years just start like snapping by, oh thank God, my snapper is too insulated. Honestly, I just wanna, I'm like more like Uncle Larry too. Like, I just wanna stare at the woods. My brain is just like mushed out. Too much content, y'all. And so, you know, I really wanna try to slow down in a technology sense and what I'm consuming. Start to produce more, get more creative, pay attention to my dreams a little more. Get back to the core of why I really wanted to pursue YouTube and make this a career. Really recenter it all and remember just what it's all about. And I would like to do some more giveaways and give back. Just want to do things again that are fun. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, so make sure you subscribe for more content. It would be dope. One big goal would be to hit 100K subs. Can we do it this year? I think we can. Drop some likes on the video. Leave me some comments, guys. I really could use Just anything. Say whatever you want. Call me a name or something. I don't care. Just some interaction on this. Let me know you watched it and what your goals are for this year. What you think? Was this year just as bad for you as it was for me? Let me know, man. Let's prioritize health this year with me. You know, I think we all could be a bit healthier so we could feel a lot better and enjoy our lives more. But thank you guys. You were a main reason that I was able to make it through this year. When times are hard, you know, you want to rely on people that care, and you want to feel like you have support. And sometimes it feels like the world's crashing down around you. And I know I say it at the end of every video, I love you, Joyce, to death, you know, and maybe it's lost meaning at this point. But some of my darkest days, I'm like, hey, you know, there's a lot of people still counting on me that are invested in me and the family, and we've brought comfort and joy to you guys, and thank you guys for sending it back to me. It means the world. But what do you say, for all of our sake, we make 2025 a much, much better year and start to pay more attention to things that matter, and with what time we have, we try to enrich the lives of all those around us. And by omission, it'll make us lighter and happier and full. Can you be lighter and more full at the same time? I don't know. It made sense, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I love you, Joyce, to death. For real, for real. I'm freezing my nuts off. And don't forget to keep it rigid for RiDGiD STUDiOS. But we're going to say it's frigid because it's cold. Rest in peace, Aunt Jackie. And sayonara 2024. Time to fly, fly. The year. Shed the old coat, 'cause it's time for the year of the Blue Jay.